EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martins here with your outlook for January 28th, 2019. For your Monday, expecting partly cloudy skies across the region, and it will be colder because we did have a cold front move through last night, and that will render temperatures at generally low to mid 30s across the region today. Not a lot of wind either, so it'll be colder, but it won't be ridiculously cold. And then we will fall back into the mid 20s overnight with increasing clouds, and that's because we have this system that's over here in the Great Lakes. This is showing this morning. That's going to be affecting our weather here on Tuesday, and this is going to be a snowmaker for much of the interior. When I say interior, I mean northwest of I-95, although the I-95 corridor points southeast will end as snow, even though you're going to be mostly rain for this next event. But everybody will end as snow as the cold air rushes in. But this system here is very interesting. If you watch the videos routinely, which I know a lot of you do, I hear the comments. I read the comments that you watch this stuff religiously. I run into some of you in public, and you're like, "Oh man, I watch your video every day." So I know there's some of you that are very religious in watching these videos, and this is not a surprise to you. If you watched the videos at the end of last week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I was alluding to something that might happen with this system here, and it looks like it's going to happen. And it wasn't really modeled to that point. Now, it was a little bit on Friday. Thursday, I was looking at this going, you know what? I've seen this a lot of times. Every time you see this, the piece of lobe of the polar vortex moving in, and you have that big trough moving into the eastern United States, sometimes you get a little formation along that frontal boundary, the Arctic front, and it can enhance snowfall. And don't be surprised if this happens. Well, yesterday we put out the first call for this, and went into storm mode. Everybody's like, "What? What are you talking about? Storm mode?" Well, obviously those people don't watch the videos. Those of you that are watching this video nodding your head right now know what I'm talking about. This is what I was discussing at the end of last week, and I'll take you through this progression here. This is looking at the overnight hours. Once we get into the wee hours in the morning, it's going to start in central Pennsylvania already, and you're going to have this area low pressure cut up here into the southeastern Ontario province in Canada. Some light snow breaking out in central PA before dawn. All right, and it looks just like it's going to be a regular frontal passage. There's a cold front associated with this. That's all this is. Okay, it's an Arctic front. The air behind this is very, very cold. We're going to get that Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday, Saturday. Okay, very cold temperatures back here. Very cold temperatures, in fact. But this is a deep trough, and this is on the lead of that trough. And I was sitting there saying, you know what? I've seen a million times, when you have a little area low pressure form along this boundary, it might enhance something here, and it looks like that's what it's trying to do. And that's why all of a sudden we had to go to storm mode yesterday, because we have this this happening. If you look at the next, this is now looking at Tuesday morning. Looks like the cold front is going to move through, and then, oops, wait a minute. There's this broad area low pressure. You can see it right here. So it's just broad. It doesn't have to be strong. Matter of fact, if it was any stronger, you'd probably be turning to rain a lot further inland than we will. But this is going to remain weak, and it's going to be enough that it's going to generate some extra lift up in these areas, and we're going to get some more snow out of this. So instead of getting 1 to 2 or whatever it was, then going to rain like it was showing the end of last week, well, now you can get 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8 in some areas because of that added lift. All right, so things have a funny way of working themselves out sometimes. But here's look, by the time we get to Tuesday evening, area low pressure is now near the Delmarva. So you're rain in the eastern areas, but the areas back here that looked like it was just going to be done and over with that front passes. Wait a minute, we got some enhanced lift back here, and you got more snow. So that's where that came from. A lot of people were like, "Whoa, man, what happened? What are you talking about? Storm mode? Is this a joke?" Nope, not a joke. Okay, now here is Tuesday evening. This is going to wrap up, and it's going to change all that areas. Those areas to the east that were all rain up in these areas, it's going to end as snow, even in those areas. Now, it's not going to be significant where I circled there, but it's going to still end as snow as the cold air comes in, and you're going to get some minor accumulations on the back end, very minor here in New Jersey, Delaware, probably just a coating in some colder spots, and that's it. But the further northwest you go, the more snow you get. Now let's go over the NAM High Res Future Simulated Radar. Start this thing off at 4 o'clock in the morning, and you can see snow already breaking out here in central PA. Another thing that helped this a little bit is it's coming in a little bit earlier, so when it's still cold. It's going to be cold the night before. We're going down to the mid-20s tonight. So this is coming in at a time where it's going to be a little bit colder. Okay, and here's the snow breaking out. By the time we get to 7 a.m., this is what the radar should look like, or something like that. Now, this is a composite radar, so you're going to see some snow breaking out. Might not get to our far eastern part of the state just yet, so you might avoid the morning rush. By the time we get to 10, though, It fills in everywhere across the state. Now, areas to the south, here's the 32-degree line right here. Right here. So areas down here are probably falling as rain. Areas right nearest this border, you might be falling as snow, but not sticking too well because the temperatures are marginal. Okay. Once we get to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, these are now 3-hour increments I'm showing you. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you got some moderate snow going on to the interior because we're starting to get some enhancement from that low pressure starting to form down here and riding along that boundary. So it's enhancing the snowfall rates back in these areas, and you're getting a little bit more out of this. And further east, south and east, where the temperatures are marginal, you're just getting some light rain or maybe a mix of rain and snow, but not doing anything as far as sticking. That continues all the way to 4. It doesn't really change much. Still moderate snow back here. Still light rain across New Jersey, Delaware, southeast PA. And then we go into 7. You start seeing rain in those areas that were rain down by Philly and parts of Delaware, northwest New Jersey. This is all changing over to snow as before it ends. And by the time we get to 10 o'clock, which is the last room I have here, again, I don't have the in-between hours here, but you can see it ends by the coast. It ends as snow too. So you would figure that in the in-between hours, even though I don't have them here, that there's changing to snow all the way to the coast here, even though it's not much. And it's the models are trying to jackpot the areas of high elevation. So that's these areas right in here, trying to, if I had a highlighted area, it's probably like these areas are probably their breadwinners. That's pretty close to the area we have right now for the highest amounts of 4 to 8 inches. I'm pretty sure we have 2 to 4 in the Lehigh Valley. I think we have 2 to 4 or 2 to 4 plus in the Lehigh Valley, 2 to 4 plus up here in far northwestern New Jersey. Same thing out here in these areas. I think we're all 2 to 4 plus in those areas too. But once you get a little marginal further south and east of that, like there's a 1 to 2 corridor in here, and then a coating to 1 inch right below that, and then there's just coatings down here. You can go to the weather alerts page, and you can check that out. We still have that map there. We will update it today as needed. There could be some changes that, as far as some areas go a little bit higher, maybe, and I don't think we're going lower. It doesn't look like we're trending that direction tonight. But we'll update that as we need to today at 5 o'clock. And here is a look at Wednesday. We have a weak disturbance moving through. Could be a passing snow shower. This does not look like a big deal, though, here on Wednesday. Maybe a little bit breezy. And then the winds of change come in. That's with the secondary front. Winds of change come in, and we get down to brutally cold temperatures. Wednesday night below 0 in many locations for lows. And then Thursday, highs in the single digits and lower teens in many locations. Might be mid to upper teens down here in southeastern areas, but it's going to be very cold. Very cold. The only saving grace for Thursday is there's not a lot of wind. Okay, so Thursday is going to be just a cold day. Friday is not much better. I have this weak disturbance off to the south I want to keep an eye on too. Not showing to really do too much on tonight's GFS. You can see it just slides off to the south. This could bring some minor stuff down for the southern areas. We'll keep a close eye on this too for Friday. Otherwise, elsewhere, probably just remaining partly cloudy or partly to mostly cloudy here on Friday. Still cold. And then still cold Saturday as high pressure sets over top. We will be dealing with the system early next, or late in the weekend. Actually, this is Super Bowl Sunday, and this is around the time the Super Bowl starts. We're still dry at this point. We have all this down here, and it is painting green because we are milder Sunday. We'll probably get up close to 40 degrees on Sunday, and then in the 40s for the next couple of days. That is during that week we told you in the long range that it would be a little bit milder in between, a very milder week, a much milder week. So any snow chances we have will come before that. That's going to be, of course, Tuesday, maybe a little bit Friday if that holds together. I'm not too thrilled about that just yet. But it does look like Sunday is going to be milder. So anything coming in here Sunday night into Monday is likely to be in the form of rain. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for January 28th, 2019. Have a great Monday.